Here we are. We are live. Woo!
Woo-hoo!
I'm JB.
Oh, I'm Cora.
What, me? I'm Dan.
We don't,
And I'm Dakota.
Yeah.
So the 3 blinds are now 4 blinds for the second week in a row.
I think that's something special.
Yeah.
Well, Dakota asked to come back if she could come back. Well, we asked her to come back, and she was so like, yeah, anytime. And I was like, really? You sure?
Always.
Well, I asked today. I was like, "Hey, what days are you free?" And she's like, this Wednesday." I was like, "This Wednesday, as in like today?" And she goes, "Yes." I was like, "Perfect.
Like right now.
Let's go."
We love the positive energy that she brings to the show when she's here with us.
Which you might need a lot more of, John.
Who, me?
Mr. Negative.
Moi?
Yeah.
Negative Ned.
I was gonna say Negative Nancy, but I couldn't come up with an end name for a boy. So
Go on.
Ned is good. Ned works.
Yep.
Well, we again snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yep.
With a heck of a fourth quarter.
Heck of a fourth quarter.
Incredible fourth quarter. Like, where was that for the first 3 quarters? Same thing that happened in the opener, right?
That's what we've been asking every game so far.
Yeah. We've only had 1 complete game.
I don't even know if I'd call it a complete game. It just, we had more than the fourth quarter.
Right. That's true. Because it was like the last 2 minutes of the first half. It's like, where was this?
Right.
Yeah.
So see that Dan was the one who went negative right away. So there you go.
And just bringing us back to reality.
See, if you ask the people who commented on my segment on the One Bar and Love Against Network, they tell you that I'm always negative and that I hate this team. So
Well, I think we're just realistic.
They don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. I think we're just realistic about
Fire
this.
for nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. Like, you're gonna expect someone with the nickname of Spitfire to be all like warm and fuzzy about our team, or
That's right. You can't be all warm and fuzzy all the time.
right? No,
Like,
exactly.
You have to be level. The fact that this team is 3-2, playing with a mass unit on both sides of the ball, says a lot. It says a lot about the character of this team and the coaching staff. Of course, if anybody saw the title of today's episode, does anybody get the reference? If you don't get the reference, I'm
sorry.
I would think Dan might get the reference.
Do you know the reference?
I've heard it before, but I can't place it.
It's from Major League 2.
Yep. Okay. They made it like, yep, I got it.
So, well, let's talk about this not so great, but great because it's a win victory.
I had a really quick
Dakota, I was going to say, we want to hear from our visitor today. I like to get a different view of the game. What did you take away from this win on Sunday?
First of all, I'm glad that the 6:30 a.m. games are over.
Yeah.
I saw someone online be like, I can't believe I have to get up at 8:30 on a Sunday for this. And I'm like, at least you're getting up at 8:30. Like, man, what I wouldn't give.
I mean, we're already awake.
I'm up at like 5:30 every day. So.
Yeah.
My mom is like that. I don't get people like you. I don't understand
It's work. It's so much easier to stay on.
Same here. I have to get up at 5:30 every day for work. So
Dan used to sleep in until noon.
Noon or 1 in the afternoon.
In college.
Yeah.
So this is a pleasant surprise. Every single day.
5 years running.
I said pleasant.
5 years running.
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining. I was just chatting.
What I will say in regards to, like, other than, my sleep schedule, I saw a take online. Actually, it was Chris Carter's take about the fact that the Minnesota Vikings have been the cardiac kids since Kevin O'Connell has taken over. And obviously, Jason, one of my favorite people on Vikings Twitter, already mentioned it. But I kind of have to go back to it because when you look at Kevin O'Connell in comparison to some of the other coaches that we've had in the past, specifically, let's say like Zimmer. He has one of the best records of a head coach since Bud Grant. I want to say, I might be a little bit wrong in that, but he has one of the best records since Bud Grant. The fact that he is able to have said record with all the adversity that he's gone through. And then I saw someone comment on Jason's post being like, what adversary? So I'm going to mention some of it. Let's see. The mess that was left behind the Zimmer era GM, the multiple injuries that incurred the next season, messing around with Sam Darnold, having your best offensive lineman get injured. And then this season with all the injuries, with, JJ McCarthy getting injured again. Listen, I didn't expect this year to be clean. Was I still hopeful? Absolutely, because, it's kind of my thing. It's to be a little bit hopeful and maybe a little bit over the top at points. But I will say, yes, this season is a mess. But like I said on TikTok, and kind of going with that point of how Kevin O'Connell is able to pull these wins out of seemingly nowhere, I think it says a lot more about us as a Minnesota Vikings team and what we are capable of when we are fully healthy than it does for some of these teams that we are almost losing against. If we are able to win against the Browns, who beat the Packers, which right before the season started were determined to be one of the best teams in the NFL because of all the trades and everything. If we're able to beat them with 3 third-string guys on our offensive line, including a rookie who had never taken an NFL snap, and I am starting the committee for his fan club today. Hubert, you have a fan in me. When you consider how many injuries we have on defense, when you consider what I still say, a bunch of holes in our secondary and the wishy-washiness that is Carson Wentz, I think that says the wins and the closeness of these games that we are able to achieve says a lot more about us as an organization and what we can do when we are better versus what it says about these bad teams that we are almost losing and winning against. I think that we have the makings of a very good team after this bye, and the schedule after the bye is not easy. I'm not going to pretend like it is, but I think we are starting to learn who we are going to be as a Minnesota Vikings unit, not just for the season, but for the foreseeable future. And I think these wins are defining what our low point is going to look like for the next couple of years. So that way we can climb that mountain, and to reference one of my favorite video games right now, so we can get to that peak and we know what our highest high is. I think right now we are definitely in the nitty-gritty dirtiness of a rebuild, and I think that this is as low as it's going to get for us. I don't think we're going to get much lower, and it truly is because this is solely just injuries and the weirdness of how much our 52-man roster is adjusting. 53-man, excuse me. So,
thank you. A round of applause, Coda. That was awesome. I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. Let's go take on This is
what I do all day on my prep periods. I don't actually prep lessons for my elementary school kids. I just think about things that I'm going to say on various Vikings podcasts.
I'm motivated now.
And this was on short notice.
Mm-hmm.
This was on short notice. We got this. So that's great. Yeah. It's interesting to hear it as the low point, because it does give you hope. The fact that we're 3-2 at the low point.
Mm-hmm.
We are not the Baltimore Ravens, who have so far crumbled upon themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or the Chiefs. They're not doing so hot either.
And the Chiefs are 2-3, but you look at the Ravens, they gave up 30 points getting off the bus. It's just bad.
Right.
And we're playing with 2 of our best linebackers out and hanging in games. Knock wood, we have been in the first 5. The only rough one, really, in terms of competitiveness, was the Atlanta game.
So I'm going to add this I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of what you were saying, Coda, but I'm going to make your motivational moment a little bit higher.
Oh, okay.
So this is part of my defensive segment. I was looking at where the Vikings rank on defense in the NFL. And I'll talk about the Vikings when I'm there. But Do you know who the top 2 defenses are right now?
Ooh.
According to Fox Sports.
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I'd say number 1, probably the Steelers.
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
The Falcons.
Interesting.
Yep.
So
Okay.
the games that we have struggled in are, I mean, the Steelers game, I'm not really sure what happened with the Steelers game, but they have a good defense. But we lost to the Steelers, we lost to the Falcons, and the Falcons have the number 1 ranked defense according to Fox Sports. Just going into week 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're barely hanging on to games, or we're struggling, and then we like win at the very end against some of the better defenses.
Without the starting 5 that we thought we would have on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
They still haven't played together yet. The 5 guys that were supposed to be the starting offensive line haven't played together yet.
Nope.
Which is insane to me.
So I think it can only get better from here.
It can. I'm still disappointed in the rush defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't tackle well on Sunday, but here, Mr. Negativity is going to say something positive.
I'm holding my negativity back. I was going to bring us back to reality if nobody
Turn it up. Mark this time slot, 11:40 approximately of the episode. In the fourth quarter, on the first 4 Browns drives, and that's a lot of drives to get in a quarter, they allowed 29 yards total on 4 drives.
Wow.
The Vikings defense. The last drive, 44 yards, but that was at we're just playing prevent. Those 2 passes, that was garbage yards. 29 yards. So that defense had struggled all day. When they had to step it up, they did in a big way. And that was where the game was won. It wasn't, it was the last drive by Carson Wentz and company, which was just fantastic to watch. The makeshift offensive line gave him all the time he needed. He made some good throws, but the defense keeping Cleveland from moving the ball almost at all is why the Vikings won that game 21-17. So there it is. My positive spin coming out of England. And then you get Bob, who's just gonna play on it. Vikings aren't losing the rest of the year. Go Bob.
Let's go.
Oh boy.
I'm all for the positivity and I love it.
No, you're not.
Bring us back down.
Bring us back to reality.
It's like, yes, we're not at full strength, but are we ever going to be this season? With the injury history and the frequency of injuries of these players that we've brought in, are the 5 designated to be playing together starters going to play together? We had Brendel, whatever, play center. He's never played center. It
wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible. Aside from the fact that he allowed 2 sacks, he allowed 5
better
pressures.
Than 6.
It's okay, scrape it together as much as we can. You do what you got to do, but it's the whole thing of, where's Juergens at? Kelly's out. Kelly's one that I feel like you're going to flick him on the forehead and he's going to go out with a concussion.
Why isn't he wearing a Guardian cap?
Oh man, he needs a bubble.
Okay, John, I've taken the negative net away from you, and we can give it to Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. I will be the negative net because the way it's drawn up on paper, if we're healthy, I think we have an absolutely amazing team. But with Darisaw working his way back, which it was amazing to see him.
But it was weird that they
the snap count.
How they dealt with the snap count. It just felt
I didn't
weird.
think it was weird.
On some of the biggest plays, he wasn't in.
I'm curious.
Garrett stepped up.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. I'm also curious. What is his ACL? What is the extent of the ACL MCL injury that he still needs a snap count now that we're into week 6?
The stress and angles of pressure and everything, just to make sure it's good to go.
That makes sense.
Back up.
Is why, like, we're 5 games into the season. Why try and stretch it?
It's fair. Yeah.
Is, it's the same thing. Like I go back to baseball because it's easy for me. But like Shohei Ohtani had his shoulder stuff, and he goes into surgery and he's coming back, and he throws 1 inning. He starts the game, but he throws 1 inning.
Right.
He threw 20 pitches. And it's like, it's the same kind of idea, is rather, there's no point this early in the season to have him go a full game.
Which, speaking of, for those of you, the score is currently 0-0. I am watching it on my phone.
Of the Dodgers game?
Well, yeah.
And also, for those who wager on it, on the over-under, it was 15 minutes and 27 seconds before Dan mentioned baseball on the football podcast.
Yeah.
So if you had under 15 and a half, go collect from DraftKings or wherever you do your wager.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it'll happen at some point every episode.
Yeah. I think, the first episode this year, I don't think you mentioned it.
Yeah. So does that mean the pool was left open, or
maybe that's why we've had such a stinker year? You keep forgetting to mention baseball.
Maybe that's the kicker. I got to mention it more. But anyways, it's aside from our offensive line, everyone else has been healthy and doing well,
except our quarterback.
Well, I've got more in my.
That's
segment.
down the road.
That's down the road.
How about we pick our stars of the game and we let Miss Dakota go first because she's a guest?
I think y'all already know who I'm gonna say. And if this is a surprise to you, I don't think you pay attention enough to my Twitter. Joshua Metellus. No one's talking enough about him. Listen. Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers is doing amazing, and I'm so happy we picked him up. But the fact that multiple times in the game on Sunday, they were calling him out for where he was. They were calling him out for being able to tackle. The fact that he has some of the best PFF grades on the Minnesota Vikings defense right now. We are not talking enough about Joshua Metellus. He truly is, you can tell, especially while Harrison Smith is dealing with the illness or whatever it is that's keeping his snap count low, you can tell that he has stepped up and filled in Harrison Smith's shoes as a leader. I mean, he's been a captain, I believe, twice now. This is his 2nd year, if not 3rd year, as a captain on our defense. He has truly stepped into that leadership position. You can see him telling people what to do. You can see him positioning them on the field. You can see him consistently where the play is happening and stopping it before it gets anything crazy. Yep. We, as a Minnesota Vikings community, are not talking about Joshua Metellus enough. He is my star of the game. The Swiss Army knife man. Love him, Joshua Metellus.
Shoelaces for everyone.
Yeah!
I love it.
Yeah, they did say a lot of positive. He's so smart. He's just a really smart player too, which is every team should have a guy that smart out there. Mm-hmm. All right, I like it. Cora, ladies first as always.
I was gonna go with Isaiah Rodgers because he should have another interception on his stats, but KOC decided to. But I think it's really fun to see the fact that our cornerbacks, the spot where everyone was most worried about, has been
solid.
Arguably one of the better areas on the defense. So
it has been. And
largely due to Isaiah Rodgers.
I don't
know why I pointed.
I don't know, but I'll take it.
Cora's on the Isaiah Rodgers train.
I am. Yep. I did a segment about him 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Love it.
What?
Okay,
Dan, what do you got?
All right, mine's a little off the path here.
Will the thrill?
No.
Oh.
I've been giving them crap for their 5 weeks, I think, or 4 weeks. Is
Jordan Addison?
Nope.
Adam Thielen?
No.
Nope. I'll stop.
All right. School.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll back that up.
with Darisaw on a snap count. He came out, and late in the game, when it mattered, school didn't allow a single pressure by Garrett on 14 pass drops.
Let's go.
Head to head against one of the best pass rushing defensive ends in the game, and he doesn't allow a single pressure.
Yeah, he was phenomenal on Sunday.
And it was, I don't know if he's figured it out. I don't know if something clicked. I don't know if it was just he got prepped right for going up against Garrett. Or if Garrett was frustrated already up to that point because he hadn't been able to get in the backfield. But the ability for him to come in late in the game and to shut it, to hold off the shutdown of Garrett. We held him to his lowest percentage of pressures ever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. How about that?
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
He only got 11 out of 40. I think was the stat.
Wow.
Oh no, different stat. Different stat. But we did keep him to his season low number of pressures. I don't know about all time, but season low.
That's amazing.
I called the one sack he got, though. They were talking about how he hadn't had a sack, and I was sitting there watching with DA. I said, watch what happens now.
Funnily
enough,
John, you were really delayed because we saw the sack happen, and then you texted us.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So you were way behind us. So I found out part of the way into the game. So then I was delaying in my responses to you because I didn't want to give away what was going to happen.
Oh, see, that sounds like a true friend, right?
That is so considerate. She doesn't do that with me because when we're sitting at home, she's scrolling Twitter, which is significantly faster than her home screen.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm sitting there watching the TV, and she goes, "Oh!"
Okay.
Social media kills it when you're watching a game like that.
Dan's a little heated because I ruined a really big moment last year.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And it was super awesome.
I stopped, though.
You've done it once already this year.
Well, no, I didn't say what happened.
I
just
know.
said, Dan, watch it.
You need to watch.
Well, I guess I got to pick a player.
Sorry, John.
No, it's all right. I could pick Jets, who had a great game. I could pick Carson Wentz, who just was awesome on the last drive, but that's not where I'm going to go.
Will the throw.
He missed the field goal. Well, he was blocked by the wire.
He hit a wire.
It's not
He
his
got
fault.
blocked by the wire. No, I'm going to give it to our much maligned first-round draft pick from last year, Dallas Turner.
All right. I like it.
7 tackles. He was in on 7 tackles, 1 solo, and a tackle for loss. This kid has gotten gradually better every game this year. He's starting to emerge. Now, one of my Twitter friends doesn't like him. He thought he was a dirty player at Alabama. He's a good guy. Trust me, he's a good guy.
I was about to say, square up, let's go.
But I believed in Dallas Turner. I said he can be taught. He has a skill set, and he just needs to be with the right coaching. And he's come on. He's really starting to come on. So I had to give him one of the stars of this game. He shot on Sunday. He really was great. I hope to see more of it, to see him continue to emerge and get better. And I think hopefully with Brian Flores, he will do that. So that is my star of the game.
I love it because we have hoped and prayed that he would be good. And it's nice to see he's getting there. Dallas Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Star of the game.
I mean, they moved up to get him.
Yeah.
They moved up to get him, and you were hoping for this great player. And last year, it was his first year, and he didn't do a lot.
Kind of a dud.
Well, he was a rookie.
So funny. It was definitely, yeah. It was so funny. I posted my reaction to the JJ McCarthy drafting because, of course, I did. I was like one of the only people on Vikings Twitter who's like JJ McCarthy, and then I got a comment on it that was like, "Where's the Dallas Turner reaction?" I was like, "Actually, I didn't film it because I didn't know it was gonna happen, and I was like 1 foot in the bathroom as it happened." I like ran back out, watched it, and then went, I have to pee really bad, and like ran back to the bathroom. So that's why no one has a Dallas Turner reaction video from me. And I apologize to the people of the internet for that. And to all your viewers for hearing that story. And to you guys.
And that was the one I was more excited about.
Same.
Than McCarthy, honestly. And it was like, nothing wrong with JJ. I knew they were going to take a quarterback. I was hoping it was going to be somebody else. I'm not going to lie. But he's already
wanted to be leftover. Did you also want Bo Nix, John? Are you secretly?
No, I was hoping like I was hoping
you're
to
just
see
giving
Drake.
Dan a hard time the whole time.
I wanted him to move up and either get Drake May or
most
Daniels,
people did. Yeah.
or Daniels. I wasn't wanting them to sit back and
Daniels was off the board well before us, though.
Yeah. I didn't think they'd get him, but. Hey, McCarthy, I think he'll be fine once he heals and he works with KOC. So
I think he'll be fine if we get our line healthy and get him protection.
Yeah.
Is buy him the extra time he needs as a rookie to get adjusted to this. But in the first couple games, he hasn't had that.
Don't mind me. Somebody's nibbling on wires underneath the desk. And I had to stop him for a minute. Well, since we're talking about players, we really should pick an X Factors winner. And this is one of those 5 over pars at the Masters winner again.
Yeah.
Because nobody was great.
No.
But let's go through who we all picked. So, Dan, who had first pick this week, right? No, I had first pick.
You had first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took Will the Thrill because I hadn't taken him yet this year, and I always take him at least once. And a wire got in the way. So his 51-yarder was definitely going to be good. But other than that, he didn't really do much. He didn't get a chance. He made his 3 extra points. So I can't say he was even close. And then Dan took Xavier Scott.
Ooh.
Who was responsible for one of their 2 turnovers.
Not had a great day.
5 carries, 18 yards, and a fumble.
Yep.
So Dan, you don't win.
I'm not surprised. That's not a surprise.
So first on with her first win of the season, Mrs. Cora took Isaiah Rodgers, riding the wave. I can't blame her. You got to ride that wave. 5 tackles, 3 solo, and he would have had an interception had there not been a timeout called, which I don't know. It was a phantom timeout. So we had a wire block a kick and a phantom timeout over in England.
Oh, so funny.
So Cora, by default this week, you
I'll take a winner. Okay, and also Randy, our guest we had last week, he picked Adam Thielen. I would have won.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah. Adam was on the side of a milk carton on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Adam.
I'll take a win when I can get one.
Hey,
they don't happen often.
And you don't have to pick anybody this week because we don't play. So you go first when we have our next show.
I'm about that life.
So you get another week to think it over and watch guys heal.
I don't know who I'm going to pick against the Eagles. Let's be honest. Ooh.
All right. Hey, Coda, what do you like, offense or defense better?
Ooh. I want to say offense. The tight end position actually is my favorite position in all of NFL, even though Joshua Metellus is my current favorite Minnesota Viking.
That's a fair assessment. Well, I think you should join Dan because Dan is very offensive. And that is the next segment, which we gave him this year. Dan is very offensive. So
I love that.
I needed more time to talk.
Dan and Dakota,
Because they cut me off on my Knicks segment. I
Hey.
did not get a lot of time with my Knicks of the Knicks in the
Knicks
Knicks.
is doing pretty good this year.
He is. I'm not surprised.
The Bo Nix 2-minute segment was just almost too much to handle.
It was a delightful segment, John, and you loved it.
You enjoyed it. You were surprised.
I was. It was like,
Yeah,
hey, this guy can play quarterback.
Yeah. And I called it.
And the joy in Dan's heart every week as he got better, not playing in Minnesota.
Yeah, but he's playing with Sean Payton, which still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine how good he would be with KOC.
God.
But
All right.
He would be.
You guys start the offensive segment because I have a puppy who's getting into things he shouldn't be.
All right.
All
So
right.
here we go. Offensively, again, on paper, it still looks pretty good. When you look at it on paper, because somehow we go into the fourth quarter and we're like, we should probably do better. Total 26-35, 252 pass yards, 97 rush yards, 0 interceptions, which is always nice to see. And the key stat this week that I think is the reason we were able to do so well, 3 sacks. That is the fewest allowed all season. We had the fewest number of pressures allowed by our offensive line all season, 11 pressures out of 40 dropbacks. We mentioned school earlier. Again, Darisaw was on a snap count at about 40, came out at 41. School goes in to finish out the remaining, 24 snaps, to total 65. 14 of those were up against Garrett, and he allows no pressures by Garrett on any of those dropbacks. On the flip side of the coin, Huber and Brandel, worst PFF scores of the entire team, in the low 40s. For those of you that don't know, PFF essentially equates to a percentage like a grade in school.
Yep.
Anything below 60 is an F. And you're looking to get replaced. That's what that is. Brandel has the excuse that he's never played center before, but he has blocked on an offensive line before, so he does know how to do that.
the shade.
Cooper, however, has no excuse.
I'm gonna give him an excuse.
Oh boy, what do you got?
Go for it, Coda.
This was his first ever game in the NFL, and it was not supposed to happen.
I don't like it.
Dan has really taken on the negativity
I have.
role.
Because the Yankees are losing.
Someone's got to come back to reality here, and it's going to be me.
That is fair. You do bring the reality.
Well, everybody else is floating in the sky. I'm like, guys, it's just air. I've been up here my whole life.
Even my dog is sick of Dan's negativity. Listen to him. As he barks at nothing.
All right.
As he barks at nothing.
The one thing that is so concerning to me, aside from our offensive line, as we get into more skill position stuff, is our rush game, our ground game, is we are just really not that productive. Now, it could be in conjunction with our offensive line not performing as well and not being able to run block as well as they pass block, and they pass block like shit. So, Mason only had 52 yards, 4.2 average yard, or no, team average was 4.2. But Mason has only been averaging 60 yards a game so far this season. He's one that, I think we need to see better production out of. Now that we have our yearly pickup of Camp Akers, maybe that balances out a little bit more and we develop more of a run game. I think if we're really going to be successful offensively, we need to get to where we're closer to 150 yards a game on the ground. That's a big ask, but we've been averaging just over 100. And we ran, 23 rushing plays and 35 passing plays. is where we're at right now is teams don't have to worry about our ground game. They don't have to worry about us running it. They're able to shut it down with the 4 up front and a spy or anybody else, a couple linebackers, and they're able to drop 7 in coverage. And
I don't know if that's 100% true. I mean, we've had success in the ground.
We're just not trying enough.
We're not trying enough for it.
Yeah.
Right. But if you know that a team is going to go 70% or 60% pass, then you're fairly safe dropping 7 every time.
Right. But
like you can bring different cover, different brushes and everything, but you're fairly safe on that.
I wonder if it has a lot to do with just like the offensive line struggles, because like wasn't the point of getting Mason to help with the run game? Because even last year it's never really been something that we focus on, and it's evidently still an issue.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it goes in line with our offensive line struggles is, if we have our better offensive linemen in, we get better blocking. And, was it last game against was it against the Steelers or was it the one before against the Bengals where we had like Mason had like 120 yards or something rushing?
I feel like that was probably the Bengals.
It was
That
the
was the
Bengals
Bengals.
game.
Yeah. But is we had a balance, like we only had like 3 or 4 more pass plays than we did rush attempts that game.
We also put 40-some points on the board, so we're just trying to kill clock at the end.
Yeah.
True. But I don't know. I think it needs to be developed more. Make them play 5 or 6 in the box constantly. Let them only drop 5 or 6 in coverage, and I think that opens up a whole hell of a lot more. But if you can't get a successful run game going against 4 up front, it's just not going to be as successful.
You had mentioned that the Cleveland Browns pressured probably the lowest of the season this year against our offensive line. Is that what you had said earlier?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because against the Green Bay Packers, who a lot of Packer fans are also arguing that they had a injured offensive line during that game, they pressured 42% of Jordan Love's dropbacks, which is the highest that Jordan Love has been pressured his entire career.
Wow.
Which is insane to me.
Wentz.
I know, that's my question. How, because the Packers offensive line, yeah, they were injured, but it didn't look that they were as
as beat up as ours.
Having someone who's never played center like ours, like, right? But
pressure as much because they had just pressured so much, so they have all the looks already.
That's fair. Yeah.
Can I give another thought?
Go for it.
Our game plan on Sunday was really good.
Don't say that. The people who hate Kevin O'Connell will come for you. You're not allowed to say that.
That was good job.
Let me elaborate though. Every pass, they came out quick hitter runs, right? No pitches, no toss plays between the tackles. You got to hit quick when the offensive line is struggling because they're not going to hold long enough for a toss play to work. And all the pass plays early on, get rid of the ball, get it to your playmakers. Quick drop, quick release. It's hard to get pressure when the ball's gone within 2 seconds.
Fair.
That's what they were doing.
You're right, John. It was really good, their game plan.
I thought it was fantastic.
Now
that you say that, I agree.
He looked like Carson Wentz's release looked a lot faster just in general too. Like you can tell that they definitely have been working on that, not just in regards because of how low.
So it's interesting is because good game plan or not, pressures or not, is when this was Wentz's one of his higher average air yard attempts.
Interesting.
Yeah, because as the game went on,
they
started to creep up. They were watching like, oh, well, here's what they're going to do. It's like, haha, that's what you think we're going to do. Now you've given us room to get behind you. So it was set them up for the deep stuff. Take whatever is there early, take underneath, take the quick releases, and then when they start to creep up, now you get a chance to go down the field.
I mean, he averaged 7.2 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. His attempted was like 11 something.
It was a good game plan.
Yeah.
The fumble, if it weren't for the fumbles, because on both fumbles came as they were moving the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it weren't for the fumbles and for the wire, I think it would have been less of a close game. I think maybe within like 1 or 2 scores, but I don't think it would have come down to the wire like that for sure.
Damn soccer stadium and the wire.
All right, I have one last point before we move on here. We mentioned it earlier, Thielen.
Where is he?
Well, no targets. He played 13 of 65 snaps.
What was the point of bringing him back?
To have him retire here. The point is to have him retire here. This is his last year.
It was in the
I am dead set that this is his last year.
And he had even said that he thought that he was going to come back for that 1-day contract to retire. So that, and I mean, he took a pay cut. You don't take a pay cut. You don't take, I can see that entirely.
He's probably getting more playing time than he thought he bargained for, honestly.
Really?
I mean, I wake up and things hurt. So he's our age.
Yeah, he is.
Me too, and I'm younger than you guys.
And you haven't been getting beat up like every Sunday for the last season.
Well, it's debatable, but
yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like they would have like targeted him more, or I mean, even in the games that Addison was out, I don't know. He kind of just seems like a figurehead right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole goal of him, I think, for you was to use him more down in the red zone. We were only there 3 times.
Fair. Last episode, I said Adam Thielen was going to catch a touchdown because he has the best hands in the NFL. He might not be a great route runner. It might not be he is a good route runner, but he might not be super, super fast like he used to be, but he does have the best hands.
He's tall and he's got sticky hands.
He's not that tall.
6'3".
There is absolutely no way that dude is 6'3".
What's his stat? 6'2", I think.
I'm looking it up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
I think he's lying because
he's lying.
Have met him in person, and like when my middle was in preschool with this kid, he is shorter than Dan, like significantly shorter.
6'2".
There's no way he's 6'2".
He is 6'2". I have it up. Can confirm.
There is no way he's 6'2". But you are 6'5", 6'4".
If he's 6'2", I'm 6'6".
There's no way he's 6'2". Sorry, very, very large talent.
Listen, I'm vertically challenged. Anybody over 5'10" is tall to me.
Or to be fair, if you're above 6 foot, you're a tall receiver.
Yeah.
Sure. My exact comment when I met him was he's shorter than I thought he would be.
What's crazy is I'm not overly large. Like I had more muscle like previously. I was at like 235. I'm 6'4". I was like, holy crap. I am as large as Metcalf.
You're also as tall. Well, you might be like an inch or 2 shorter than Kyle Rudolph.
I am shorter than Rudolph, yeah.
Because of course I know his height off the top of my head.
Like an inch. But it's
There's
like,
no way Adam Thielen is 6'2".
I'm as big as Metcalf.
There's no way.
I'm not.
I don't believe it.
Metcalf.
If you see this, confirm your height.
Yeah.
Well, this segment's gone on longer than Minnesota's possession time on Sunday.
Okay. It's time to get defensive.
Okay, I'll be quick. All right, so I am going to talk about our defense, obviously. I think I don't know if this is a real thing in the NFL, but I think I need to see if it is. We are ranked according to Fox Sports 6th, and then according to Fantasy point getters, we are 3rd.
I can confirm that. I have the Minnesota Vikings as my defense in my fantasy league, and oftentimes they are some of my biggest point getters. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Cardinals.
they only had turnovers in one game.
And it's because of that game that they're third.
Right.
So there's that those two bits of food for thought. So when looking at the Vikings in a game and their defense, it is not great. I am consistently frustrated. I'm consistently like, what the heck is going on? How is this? How have we held them to this view, or how are we still in this, or all those things that go through my head. But looking at where we rank on like the national scale, and all of our defenses are higher, but I have always figured that they're just not that great. I think we have to look at the NFL as a whole this year and say, maybe everyone's struggling. Maybe everyone is having a difficult time, because I don't feel like, as a Vikings fan, that our defense should be third, or our defense even should be sixth. So I think it might just be in reference to every other defense. Like, I think every defense is struggling this year. And do I have a reason why? No. But I just think it's interesting that we're ranked so high, and I'm like, this is not our best defense. So.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. But to not have the turnovers, or really like massive amounts of sacks, I don't think.
Yeah.
And to be ranked that highly. And to be run on. But you know what? Our pass defense has been really good this year.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why we are ranked so high compared to other teams. Like, I mean, yes, I know why we're ranked so high. Like, it gives the stats. But it's just got to be that defenses are – maybe that'll be my segment next week. Maybe I'll dive in to see why defenses aren't as good as I feel like they have been in years past. And it could be largely that, you know, used to be that they used to be able to snuff the run game more. And I don't know if there's very many defenses doing that.
There's also just in general not as many teams utilizing their running backs either. There's been a massive amount of running back injuries this year as well.
Yeah.
It's an interesting like combination, because now that you mention it, like I don't know if I even could really identify right now off the top of my head one defense who I'm looking at and I'm like, oh, they're the ones that I'm the most scared of.
Yeah.
Because you said the Falcons, and I was like, I mean, that makes sense, but like any team worth their salt, and a lot have already lost or have already won against the Falcons.
I think Green Bay and Detroit scare me.
I'm not scared of Micah Parsons. I'm gonna say it. I don't think
Green Bay. Where are they ranked? Green Bay's were ranked 4th, and the Lions are ranked 8th. So like just around us.
I don't know. There's something about I don't. It's not. It's the presence of Parsons that scares me.
And it's you know, a divisional rival. And
yeah, their defense just looks a lot better than it has in the last couple of years. I thought Parsons was an extra piece for them.
The Eagles' defense is ranked 20th.
I could see that.
So going into games, man, I feel like I just need to like readjust my. Are we really doing that bad? Because if I am frustrated with the Vikings defense and they are as high as they are, God, I just feel like most teams have to be frustrated with their defense.
I'm looking at the Packers stats right now because I'm a certified hater. Micah Parsons is not really, I mean, he has 2.5 sacks. The yards lost those sacks is only 9 yards combined for those 2.5 sacks.
I still think he's dealing with some back issues that they're easing him back out there. He's on a snap count. He's not out there like every play. So I think he's still kind of hurt, and they're not saying anything.
Oh, no, he for sure is. He only has 4 solo tackles, a total of 8 tackles for, let's see if I can remember what that one means. God, so I just got glasses. These are my like total tackles. Yeah, he only has 9 total tackles. 8 total tackles this year. There's something going on. I mean, but I also said that I don't think that he's actually going to end up being as explosive on the Packers as people think he is going to be. But
Hey, I'm all for it, and I love Penn State, and I love Micah Parsons, but I want him to have a terrible, terrible season in Green Bay.
Yeah, that would be great.
I also think as with him on the Packers defensive line is he can become a much more bigger focus for them to block and concentrate on.
Right.
Whereas when he was with Dallas, is they had other
Right.
defensive linemen that if you double team Parsons all game, the other three would tear you apart.
Yeah.
And I don't think Green Bay has that. And it's the same way with Garrett. Is we could solely concentrate on Garrett, and the other three were kind of negligible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all about your surrounding.
Yeah. I mean, look at our receivers and how good they are.
Right.
Well, should we?
Take us back.
Should we go back?
How far back are we going?
Oh, we're going back today.
Oh, I love it.
Ooh.
I love it.
1981.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh. Let's go.
October 18th, 1981. I watched the whole game of this one for prep for the show.
That's crazy. We
I
did not.
found the entire game video for this one.
That's
Ooh.
awesome.
Vin Scully called the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Vikings Eagles were at the old Metropolitan Stadium. The Eagles would score first, a 1-yard Wilbert Montgomery touchdown run, 6-0 lead. The Vikings blocked the extra point. Matt Blair, who was one of the great linebackers in Viking history, it was his third blocked field extra point of the season, or third block kick of the season. It was only week 6.
Nice.
Or week 7, I think. It was week 7. And this play was actually set up on a block punt. So the Eagles blocked the punt, and they got a 38-yard flea flicker pass from Ron Jaworski to Harold Carmichael. If you don't know who Harold Carmichael is, I understand it, but he was one of those big, tall, great receivers back in the 80s. The Vikings took the lead in the second quarter. Tommy Kramer to Joe Sensor, tight end Joe Sensor, 11-yard pass. Rick Danmeyer makes the extra point. Watch this guy kick. He was a straight-on kicker.
Ooh.
And his kicks were fugly.
A toe puncher.
Yeah, they were horrible. They looked like high school kickers from the 70s. It was bad. But he snuck it through. The drive was kept alive on a 4th and 15. The Eagles got flagged for running into the kicker. Now, back in the 80s, if you ran into the kicker, 5 or 15, automatic first down. So it was only a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down, kept the drive alive. Tony Franklin, who was a barefooted kicker for the Eagles, made a 30-yard field goal, and the Eagles took a 9-7 lead.
The 80s were crazy.
There were a couple. He wasn't the only. Rich Carlos, who kicked for the Vikings, also. He kicked for the Broncos first, kicked for the Vikings, barefooted kicker.
I'm obsessed with the fact that he's a barefooted kicker.
Yeah,
Can you
it's crazy.
imagine?
Imagine doing that in like 10-degree weather.
Yeah, and they did. I
He's got his
At a Bills
dogs
game.
out, and it's like -10.
No.
Carlos,
A snow game?
Tell me
Oh
that
my
guy
gosh.
did not get toes amputated.
Carlos did it in Denver, so that was crazy. The Vikings took the lead back. Tommy Kramer found Sammy White 50-yard out through a missile down the middle of the field. 14-9. The Vikings were up with 2 minutes to go in the half. Just before the half, the Vikings would go 67 yards on 10 plays in 66 seconds. This is before the fake intentional grounding rule, which I hate. Kramer hit his third touchdown pass of the half, a 1-yarder to a backup tight end, Bob Brewer, and the Vikings took a 21-9 lead into the locker room. There was a 17-yard completion to Sensor on 3rd and 10 on this drive, and then a 30-yard completion. Ball was thrown towards Ahmad Rashad, deflected by the defender, and Sensor just happened to be there to catch it and go 30 yards with it.
Let's go.
The Vikings extend the lead in the third quarter, a 5-yard Kramer to Ahmad Rashad pass with 5:32 left. The Vikings took a 28-9 lead. This was a short drive set up on a James Duck White recovered a Phoebe Oliver fumble on the Philadelphia 29. The Eagles would cut into the lead. Jaworski found Wilbert Montgomery for 25 yards out. 28-16, the Vikings still up. Vikings, however, answered this back. Ted Brown carries one in from a yard out. 35-16 with 5:20 to play. On the drive, Brown accounted for all 29 of the offensive yards on the play, and also was the victim of a 15-yard face mask penalty. This drive was set up when Matt Blair picked off a pass. The Eagles would get the last score of the game. Carmichael from 21 yards out from Jaworski with 2:47 left. That would be it. The Vikings would take home a 35-23 win. Passing stats for the day. Tommy Kramer, 24 for 46, 257 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Ted Brown, 22 carries, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. 65 of those yards came in the fourth quarter. Receiving, Sensor, 5 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Ted Brown, 10 catches, 82 yards out of the backfield. On defense, Matt Blair and Fred McNeil each had an interception, and the team also recovered a pair of fumbles. Why did I pick this one? This would be the last time the Vikings would beat Philadelphia at home outside. They have not beaten them outdoors. And it also knocked the Eagles from the ranks of the unbeaten that season. The Eagles came in the game 6-0. The Vikings knocked them out of the unbeaten.
Nice.
Wow.
So I had to really search for a reason or a good game, and this was where I came up with this week.
I like it.
Nice. I dig it.
And that's all I'll back for this week.
Woo-hoo!
Well, we have no score predictions because we're not playing this week.
Nope.
We're off. Time to heal. We're almost at an hour, so we're not going to get a question in again this week.
Dang it.
Dakota, we usually do our Nostradamus question, but if we are pushed up over 45 minutes by this point, we usually don't do it because that adds 20 minutes to the podcast.
Oh,
For whatever reason.
I mean, we're 15.
have we ever done
For whatever reason, when we all do the unknown question, it carries us well beyond the hour.
Yes, because it's usually food we talk about.
It's usually food.
What if we had the guest ask the question and we don't get to?
Dan's dying to answer a question.
Well, like, what kind of question am I allowed to ask?
Any question.
What?
All right. Well, for
So many-
Dan this week, we will let Dakota ask a question for the panel.
About literally anything.
Ooh.
It could be, I think we've asked about Halloween costumes. We've
Yep.
asked about favorite foods,
Family
holidays,
traditions.
family traditions,
We've asked
Disney questions.
sports
Disney
stuff,
questions.
Disney, kids,
We
pets.
we don't have any video game questions yet,
Yeah.
but like I think Dan would really be the only one who would really be able to answer.
Well,
I know, I got you.
and next week we're gonna have the kids episode, so that'll be all questions next week.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, no, do you have any questions? Yeah, you have a lot of questions. There's a lot going on in her brain. See, I could kind of like, as a young adult, I could like utilize all of your wisdom and do like you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I would love a like dating advice. I would like, what is some dating advice that you would recommend to a individual, not me, in her late 20s, not me, who is still single, not me.
So, dating advice to initiate the process. Where are we at in the steps here?
Yeah, I'd say initiate the process.
Okay. I mean, we kind of happen into it. We're not the best, but I think if we had not happened, I think the best advice I had heard or saw or something was find someone that's already in the circles or at the events that you're at.
Ooh, okay.
So if you're go and do your thing. Don't go out with the intention of finding something, but go and do stuff
I like that.
out and in public, and go to events, concerts. If you ski, go ski. If you are like to go to the beach, or what part of California are you in?
I'm like right above Los Angeles. So like it's like a 45-minute to an hour drive for me to get to LA.
Yeah, what do you like, Ventura?
Yeah. Exactly right.
Bakersfield.
I'm from Bakersfield.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm in not to like dox myself. I'm in Simi Valley.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know where you're at.
He knows my address. He's gonna show up in like a couple of days. No.
Yeah. like go out and do the things that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's like a scheduled thing, like I'll use like a boot camp or exercise camp or a class or whatever as an example, is that's something that you're going and doing for yourself, but you find another single person there that you're interested in. Is you try and just create that friendship there, and then let the friendship see if their friendship becomes something else. But don't force it. Is just be someone's friend. Ultimately, you want to end up marrying a friend that will be your best friend.
Yep.
But that's my advice. It is do things for you and find someone that's there to do it with you.
I'm going to piggyback off that.
Yeah.
Because it's also something I heard, but I also agree with, is that when you are like your genuine self, or when you are like who you want to be, or just your genuine self and having a purely good time, the right people are going to be attracted to you. And if you're in the places that you want to be in, and that's where you find someone, it's just going to be, you're going to have an easier time of finding more of a right person in the places you want to be, because you can be your genuine self.
Yep.
I love that. Oh, thanks. Last but certainly not least.
I mean, these guys nailed it for the most part. Now, like I'll talk. So D and I, the first day we had was to a hockey game.
Oh.
And it was a local hockey game. So it wasn't anything elaborate. It wasn't a 5-course dress-up dinner. We were being who we are, right? Mm-hmm. We went to a hockey game and we went for cupcakes afterwards. There's a cupcake shop down the street, and we went for cupcakes. And our date was photo bombed by a wedding party of all things. While we were there, a wedding party came in and did their wedding photos at the venue where we were having cupcakes.
Nice.
That's
so
cute.
Yeah, do stuff that you want to do. It doesn't have to be a big deal, right? Go and do things that you enjoy. When we go out every Friday, we're not going out and dressing up big. We go to the places we know. We like. There's a local pub that has really good wings. We go there. We have really good Mexican food. So we just kind of bounce around. There's nothing. I don't like to dress up as it is. Right? Putting on fancy clothes is not me. It's not who I am. It never was. I have to do it once in a while, but I don't. That's not who I am. We just want to go out and relax and have a good time. And if you're with someone you can relax with, that you don't feel like you have to be on all the time, or you got to watch what you say and do all the time, that's the person you should be with.
Mm-hmm.
You like Cora said, if you can be who you are to your core with somebody, that's dating. That's the best way to date. If you have to put on a face, guess what? Eventually, you're gonna have to stop acting.
The mask comes out.
Yeah. I would just like to say, I was my uber weirdo self, and Dan was like, I like that weird. Let's combine our weirds together.
I can dig that.
Yeah. Find your weirdo. Find your weirdo.
John's kind of thing of like doing what you enjoy is, so we recently went out and celebrated my birthday at Cora found this nicer restaurant that came highly recommended from friends. And it was good. There was a couple good dishes about it, but again, ultimately we weren't overly impressed, and I think that stems from we cook a lot at home. But I told her, I'm like really, like, I don't care where we go, like just make some peanut butter and jellies and let's go sit out and look at the sky. Like, I don't like it does, like I care more about it's really sweet. I care more about who I'm with than what I'm doing.
Right. Exactly. I love it.
Is we could walk in the middle of a cornfield and that'd be fine. Right?
It might be creeped out, but
well, it depends on when in the cornfield. Are we talking like July cornfield? Are we talking like October cornfield? Because I feel like those are two very different.
Not a maze.
The most important parts about a date are not the where,
and
not the what. It's definitely the
who.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the Who.
Guys,
Like, I feel like, and I felt like this was really true in college, at least, like before I met Dan. But like when you're out places and just being, I don't know, like if you want to be friendlier and you're just being super friendly, or when you're actually being your, like, I don't want to say true self because it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to be that. But when you really are and you're just out places, more people are attracted to, you know, someone who like doesn't care than someone who's like standing in the side caring what people think. And so I don't know. I definitely felt like
You say that. I was standing on the side and I'm like, I really don't want to be here.
That's me.
okay, but like but that's why
I'm the sober driver. I don't
when you are in places that you want to be and you thrive in, like a baseball field, are you standing in the sidelines being, I don't want to be here? No. So finding places where two mutual, unique, being themselves souls are.
Yeah.
I talk to everybody. I make friends with all the servers. Like they all know us around here when we go in. They know who we are. We talk to them all.
There's a so I love pho. It's my favorite thing on the face of the earth. There's a pho shop here in Simi Valley, and there's a woman, one of the owners knows me, and every time I come in, she gets so excited to see me because it's just me. But like she comes over and I bring a book too, and she like asks me what book I'm reading. She asks me how work is, and I love that. And
we make popcorn for them every now and then too. Like,
oh, that's so nice.
Bring them in some flavored stuff, and they're just grateful to get anything. So, and I do that when I go to hotels, especially when we stay at a lot. I will always make them an order or two of popcorn because we usually go on a holiday, right?
Yeah.
So I'll tell them, like, we appreciate you taking care of us while you're away from your families at the holiday. Here's just a little treat for you. And I can't tell you how this one place, especially in Scranton, they just are so happy like when we walk in. Hey, how have you been? It's been a couple of months since we've seen you last. It's like, that's really, really great. They hook us up.
I love that.
That's cool.
But that's just who we are. Like we want people to understand, like, we appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's a side thing about when you're dating and you're going places. wherever you are, let the servers know like you appreciate what they're doing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes a long way. It really does. Especially if you go there a lot.
Yeah.
They get to know who you are when you walk in. I'm the popcorn guy, though. Unfortunately, that's a good thing. Hey, the popcorn guy's here. It's like, I
don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Popcorn guy.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have to get my orders ready for Christmas already. I got to take care of some people locally for Christmas, and
but
Santa letters. Oh my God, Santa letters in 2 weeks. I got to start doing them.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do have to send ours.
Yeah, Dakota, do you know what I do about Santa letters?
I don't know.
All right, so for the last 5 years.
We'll just turn the volume down really fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wave your arms when you're done.
So for the last 5 years, I have done letters to Santa. And it started 5 years ago when I moved here. I was really depressed about Christmas. I was away from my family and everything. And they said, hey, if you go to the local post office, they get letters to Santa and nobody answers them. But they will give them to you and you can answer them. Oh. So I took a few letters and I wrote them, and I had like this really neat stationery I made on the internet, and I typed them in script, but I hand signed every letter. And that was great. So then I said, the post office isn't enough. So I will take it to Twitter and I'll ask people there and Facebook, and I'll ask, like, if you have kids that you want to get a letter from Santa, let me know. You can send me a letter. And now the last 3 years, I have handwritten the letters because my children got me stationery, special stationery. And I don't, you can't print them on the stationery. It looks weird.
Right.
So I handwrite every letter to every kid. And I personally, like, it's not a chain letter.
Right.
If the kids give me what they want or things they like or whatever, I will incorporate that into every letter. So I've been doing letters for 5 years. Last year was a little bit slow. I think I only had like 7 or 8, but I've had years when I've done in the 20s.
Wow, that's awesome though. I love that.
Isn't John so cool?
That's so cool.
It's a lot of fun for me. The letters, I've had kids that wrote to me like for 3 years in a row.
Oh, that's
And
so
I let them know, like, oh my gosh, I'm glad to hear from you again. How is your dog? Blah, blah, blah. And they're
Oh,
like, what?
Santa's so cool.
cute.
Like, he knows who my dog is. And it's like, yeah, because I have the letters from, I save all the letters. I still have them.
Yeah. Oh.
I've got a folder of all the letters because if these are repeats, I'll want to see if there's anything from the prior letters I can incorporate into the new letter.
I love that. That's so cute.
But I got to get that started in November because you got to get those done and out.
Yeah.
So that's it. I love your question. And then, of course,
thank you for your answers.
As the show always does, it goes into something different. And it
as
runs,
a good true Minnesotan goodbye.
Always does, yeah.
Yeah.
The Minnesota goodbye. That's what our show is. It is.
It is. That's perfect for the finish of our show. Oh my gosh.
I miss Minnesota. What can I say?
Minnesota, be you.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you want someone to love you for you.
Yeah.
Someone you can be yourself around.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for your answer, guys. I do really appreciate it.
And I hope none of our viewers play this while their kids are in the room.
We just ran and shut
Yeah,
it.
we ran and shut ours.
And
we
turned the
knew
volume
what
down.
I think we've covered everything for one
Yeah.
show and then some.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an excellent question.
A very special thanks to Dakota for late notice joining us tonight.
Thank you for letting
Always
me be
fun
here.
to have you. It's you bring such joy and happiness to offset Dan's negativity, which is great. I absolutely adore Dan, though. He's great. I love
Same.
This is my crew, right? I
Same.
love you guys. I can't believe we're doing this for a second year, honestly.
It's great.
But it's fun. I could be dead tired on a Wednesday, and when I know the show's coming, it just perks me right up. So.
Oh yeah, the best podcasts do that for sure. You guys have a really great show going here, and I think it's a true testament to like your passion for this team that you're doing it for a second season, and I hope you keep doing it because I love coming on the show. It's one of my favorites to do. So please keep doing it because I love hanging out with you guys.
You have an open invitation.
You.
You get the open invitation. It's like, hey, I have something to say. It's like, okay, get Dakota on.
We will interrupt mid Valhalla back.
We would.
Dakota's on.
We would
That's my favorite.
totally interrupt Valhalla back if you had something to talk about.
I'll just start sending in videos being like, here's what I want to say today.
No, you're always a treat. You're always so well prepared. And like I said, on short notice, to have so many great tidbits of information.
Thank you.
Okay, any final thoughts? Anybody? Dakota, what do you got going on that you want people to follow or do?
Oh my gosh, what don't I have going on? It's like every day I'm doing something. For those of you who don't know, I have a segment on the One Bar and Lepigus show, Spit and Fire with Coda, where I anger the fan base. But what else is new? You can find me on TikTok at Western Dakota. I also do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and nerdy stuff. So you can find some of my shows, which include Daggerheart, which is the new kind of like Dungeons and Dragons from Critical Role, if y'all are into that kind of thing, show over at Dicescape, The Last Arcanist. That is my production company. Well, not mine. I work for their production company, and we actually just hit partner on YouTube, which is really exciting for us. We started a year ago, and we're already at partner, so it's really exciting for us. I'm also over on the Strangers Guild. I play Cersei, the Goddess of Wisdom, in their campaigns. And I have 2 exciting projects in the works that will hopefully be announced soon.
Woohoo!
No grass growing under your feet, girl. Ooh, boy.
I don't like sitting still.
Apparently not.
I'll do a surprise guest spot on a one-off or something for Dean.
Please, I've been trying to do a Dungeons and Dragons campaign in the Minnesota Vikings community for the longest time.
I'm game.
I don't like dungeon mastering, but I fear I may have to.
I've never played before, but I'll play.
Oh my god, please.
I got her.
I've wanted to.
She plays Gloomhaven with me.
Yep.
Okay. I will
I
force
know that's
myself
not
to
like
DM.
too much, but it's a start.
Yeah, listen. Next, you gotta get her to Baldur's Gate 3.
I have a theater degree.
I
actually didn't know that about you.
I do.
I have fully
That's
beaten.
why you and I
Baldur's
get
Gate
along
3.
so well.
Yeah.
I have fully completed Baldur's Gate 3. I'm all for this stuff.
Yeah, okay. See, Dan and I need to talk more.
I think I sent you that a while ago, but I was like, oh, I'll do it. And then I'll be like, Dan and I would do it. I don't know much about it, but Dan does. And then I think you're like, oh, yeah. Because you're like, I didn't know much about it, and you were looking for more seriously. But
well, I think this is the longest episode we've done this season.
oh, sorry.
Woo-hoo! Minnesota, goodbye.
Yeah.
I love the Minnesota goodbye because I don't live there, but my heart's always there.
Same.
All right, we're gonna let the Terrys lead us out.
Ready?
Give me a skull, and we'll see you next week with the special kids episode.
Yay! Skull.
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 Skull. Skull.